Hello and welcome back to a brand new video in our series creating a Discord bot with Python using Hikari. Well, first of all, I want to tell you guys that I am recording this video at a new location with a new setup, so maybe there may be some ups and downs with the voice and the quality of this, but I need you guys to comment down and tell me if it's better or worse. I mean, I'll make changes over time. I have finally been able to make a rudimentary setup. So, for the big news, I have moved to Dublin, Ireland, and I'm here for the next 4 years at the very minimum for my undergraduate degree. But, you know, I'm always with you over the internet, on YouTube, and any other social media you want to connect with. So, without wasting a lot of time, let's get to our topic today. So, we're going to be learning how to create commands. I mean, we did a lot of events and stuff, but you know, events are good. You can take the data that you're seeing, but it's more fun to make your bot respond to stuff. You know, it's more fun to interact with your bot one on one. So that's what we are going to do today. So let's quickly open up Visual Studio. It's right here. So there are two methods of creating commands now. We can we can make commands using the message events that we learned in part 2, or we can use Lightbulb, that is an additional library with Hikari that works with Hikari to create commands. So we're going to see both of them, and I'm going to tell you why Lightbulb is better than message events, but you can use message events raw itself to create commands as well. So let's go. So let's read the notes that I've written down. So using commands with message events, we need to first create our event decorator, obviously, that is bot.listen, as we have done in all of our event videos so far. And then we have to define a function, and in that function, to get a response, we write await event.message.respond, and then enter our content in an f string, in an f string, you know. And with Lightbulb, first of all, obviously we will have to install Lightbulb, so we'll use pip install Lightbulb, and then we'll set up Lightbulb as a bot. Then we'll write the command decorators, and then we'll write define the function, and then create a response. So without any further ado, let's begin with the first part of the video. So first of all, we are going to see how we can create commands with the message events. All so I've already imported Hikari, the token, and I've created a instance of our bot using Hikari.gateway bot, and in parentheses, I've given the token. So let's get down to writing the event decorator and creating a function for creating commands. So let's create a ping function that whenever we ask for our bot's ping, our bot responds with a ping. So let's go ahead and start up with event decorators, that is at the rate bot dot listen, and in parentheses let us give the event that is hikari dot guild message create event. So since we'll be having a bot listen to the messages that are sent directly in our server, so we are using guild message create event. If you want your bot to respond to commands that are being sent in personal messages, then we'll use the message create event that covers both the server and the personal window, or we can use the other message create events. There are a lot of options. So we have created the event decorator. Now let us quickly define the function. So I hope you all remember how we define a function with an event. We write async def and then the name of a function that's going to be ping, and then in the parentheses let's write event, and give it a colon right there. Now, so as we all know, like the messages that our bot listens to, all the stuff that's happening on the server that our bot listens to can be from either another bot, from an embed, or from a real human being like you and me. So we need to make sure that the commands that our bot replies to are really sent by other human users and not by another bot that will confuse our bot. So let's quickly create an conditional statement for that. So we'll write if event dot is underscore human. So what it does is it gives a true and false value if whether the event was created by a human or not. Now, so far, our bot has figured out that the particular message event that was created has been made by a human, a user like you and me. But it still does not know whether that how the bot has to read the command. So for that, we'll create another conditional statement nested in the previous one that will say if event dot content dot strip, and then we'll add a parentheses because it's a function, double equals to, so we are getting a true or false value. We'll write the command that we are supposed to be responding to. That would be exclamation mark ping. So exclamation mark is basically a commands prefix, but I mean if you don't write it, you would also get the same thing. But I'm preferring exclamation mark ping and then a colon because it's a conditional statement. And now our bot knows that the event is created by a human and it says ping. It is asking for the command ping. So now our bot needs to respond to this particular command. So what we'll do to get our bot to respond is we'll write await event dot message dot respond, that's right. And then we'll go ahead and create an f string, and if someone says ping, the most obvious thing to say is pong, so we'll write pong. But since you're asking for ping, we'll also give the user the latency. So let's write latency, and I'll use a colon here just to make it look clean. And then let's create formatable brackets. And in this, now how do we get the latency of our bot? So we'll write bot dot heartbeat underscore latency. That's right, this. And now this would give us the latency of the bot, but it is not readable to us. So we'll just multiply it by 1,000, and then we want it only up till two decimals. So we'll write colon dot to f. So f would be small. So that would give us the latency of the bot, and then ms obviously because the latency is in microseconds. All right, so we've created the command. We'll just go ahead and run our bot and test out this command and see if it works. So just go ahead and run this, and our bot is up. The bot is running. All right, so I'll go ahead to Discord and um, all right, yes. So we did forget to add a very crucial part, and that is really silly of me. We didn't add bot.run. So I'll just go ahead and shut the bot over again. So you see, you can run into such small errors, so it's always, always good to just go ahead and recheck your code once. And the errors are very, very tiny, is sometimes like this one. So the bot is already running. I'll go over to Discord again. Sorry. So as you can see, the bot is online now. All right, so I'll just go ahead and type in the command. So our command was ping, and we got something. Right. So non-type object has no attribute dot strip. That's odd. Alright guys, so I figured out what the error was. Apparently, guild message create event was throwing a fit. Well, as you know, Hikari is a relatively new library, a relatively new API wrapper to use, and it often breaks down, and the team regularly updates it and debugs the library, but it happens. So, whatever. So, I changed the guild message create event to a message create event, and now if we run this, it should apparently work. So, if I'm gonna write ping here, it is going to give me an error. So that is attribute error. None type object has no attribute strip. So that is because guild messages are not working. But if I go ahead and write ping right here to code directly, if I go ahead and do that, it will give me the latency that says pong latency 115.225 ms. So this means that our command is working. Our bot is just responding to us. However, like there's a problem with Hikari on its end that is giving us trouble with the commands in servers. So hopefully this changes in some time and it gets better. But for now, I can what I can demonstrate, our command works. So I'll go ahead and close this and stop our bot. As we can now create commands with the message create event. So let's use Lightbulb, something that is supposed to be a better way to create commands. So the first thing that you have to do is you'll open your terminal and we have to install Lightbulb. So we'll write pip install Lightbulb. Oh, alright, so that's my mistake. It is available as Hikari Lightbulb. So I'll quickly go ahead and update this as well. That's Hikari Lightbulb. And now, as you can see, we have successfully installed Hikari Lightbulb. We'll go ahead and import that. So we'll write import Lightbulb. And now the most important part. Currently, our bot is the Hikari Gateway bot. Now we have to change that to a Lightbulb bot in order for this to work. So we'll write Lightbulb dot what is it? It is Lightbulb dot bot app. So write Lightbulb dot bot app, and obviously the token would remain the same. What we have to add next to this is just our intent. So intents equal Hikari dot intents dot all. That's right. And the last thing that we have to define here is the prefix. So prefix equals to, and let's say an exclamation mark, because why not? Right, I'll just add a space here to make it look neat and remove some here to make this look better. Yeah, now it looks good to me. So we have installed Lightbulb, we have set up our bot. Now let us get to creating the command. So first of all, we do not require this, so I'll quickly add it to a comment that it has been added to a comment. I'll also mention what it does. So this is, and we are that spelling is correct. Yep, so this is a command via message event. Yep. So now let's create our command for now let us create a command using Lightbulb. So first of all, obviously comes the command decorator. So unlike the event decorator, the command decorator does not require any parameters for that. So you can just write at the rate bot dot command and then the next line. It's okay. There's some error here. Did we do something wrong? Change it to single, just to avoid any nuisance. Why does it give me that? Oh, yeah, obviously because I created the bot.command command. Yeah, no worries. We'll just fix it later. So we go ahead and we'll write a decorator for lightbulb command. So it is lightbulb dot command, and now this takes parameters. So that would be the command that we are talking about. So first of all, we are creating a command that says ping. So we'll write ping, and then we give a description for this command. So returns the latency for a bot. All right. So we have written the description. Now let us create a third decorator that is for light bulb implements. So I'll get to it what it means in just a second. So implements. So what does the word implement means? It means how does the particular thing run? So how do you want your command to be implemented? Do you want it to be a slash command or do you want it to be a prefix command? So you could either choose a prefix command or you could choose a slash command or you could even choose both. So to do that, all you have to do is write lightbulb dot prefix command and then I'll add a comma to add the second implement, that is lightbulb dot slash command. Great. So now we have created our decorators. Let us quickly get to defining our function. So obviously we'll write async def and the name of the function, that is ping. Then we'll go ahead and write context. What is the context for this? The context is lightbulb dot context and add a colon obviously because this is Python. And now this is the simplest part. We just have to write the response. So that is await dot await ctx dot respond and create the message that we want to send. So I'll just copy paste this message that we created earlier because this is the same command in a different setup. So that's it. You have officially made your command using Lightbulb. Alright, so we have officially created our function. So let's go ahead and try running it. So I'll run Python file. So we have an error. I mean, if you notice it, it says disallowed intents. So I'll go up where we defined intent. So we defined all for our intent. So if I'll update it to all messages, let's see if it works. So as you know, like Hikari is a really volatile library right now. It is updating constantly. So you might run into errors yourself when you're watching this video and creating your own bot yourself. So just be a little flexible and try alternative approaches yourself. Like try running into errors yourself and try correcting them because that is the best way you can learn. So now as we can see the bot is running. So let's go ahead and try ping. So last time when we used event as a command, it did not work in the server. So let's see if it works now. So I'll go ahead and write ping and it still does not work. And if I use a slash command ping, so it already tells us ping returns the latency for our bot. And I'll just go ahead and do that. And our command works in our server as well. Obviously, the message command did not work because there's a error with Hikari itself. So if I go ahead and now type this directly to my bot core, let's see if it works. So I'll write ping and voila, the the command works. I have received the ping. And let's see if I can use slash commands in the DM. So if I write backslash spring C, it all came up already. So I'll just hit enter and enter again. The the bot works. The command works in fact. So we have officially created a command that works using Lightbulb. So and I mean it only took what 5 lines of code, and on the other hand the event based command took 5 lines of code, but it was more how can I say this? It was more complicated and confusing rather than the bot command that we just created with Hikari's that we just created with Lightbulb. So we're gonna create more commands later on in this course, and we're gonna create a whole working bot that works with events and commands side by side. Like currently we are only working with commands, and in the last video we only worked with guild events, and in the one before that with ban events. But we're going to create a bot later in this series where we are combining all these events and all the commands and use them together. So that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. And I'll be leaving the link for Lightbulb's documentation down below in the description. So if you're interested in it, just go ahead and read it. And I'll also be leaving the link to the official GitHub repository for this series where you can find this code base and a more detailed README file which would tell you exactly how we went through each part. So that's all. Bye bye.